Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and welcome to Digital Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining us today from San Antonio, Texas, is Susan Price with Firecat Studio. Susan, thank you so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Thank you, Charlene. I'm really proud to be here.
So tell us what you do over at Firecat Studios, and I have to ask, what's the origin story behind that name?
Well, let's go with the origin story first. Choosing a domain name is often an interesting problem for a brand, and we looked for interesting words that we could pair together that would be memorable. That's the real backstory. But the reason we chose cats and fire are that cats are very curious and fire is a transformative element. And that's basically our modus operandi at Firecat Studio. We get very curious about the client's goals, and then we help them transform in order to meet those goals.
Well, that is great. So talk to me a little bit about what's the pain point you're solving for folks that are coming in and seeking your services?
We are advisors, and we are fairly agnostic advisors in the marketing stack and the digital stack for enterprise-sized companies, government agencies, and nonprofits is our sweet spot. We care a lot about the type of work that we support, and we end up doing a lot of government and nonprofit work, but there are lots of big brands that we like and enjoy helping as well. What we do is help them look through the thicket of choices of so many different tools, so many different approaches, different channels that they can use, and help them make wise decisions on how to allocate their resources and focus their attention on tactics that will really move the needle for them.
And when you're choosing the right platform for them, what are you judging that, or what are you basing that on? Sometimes it comes down to budget, let's be honest, but sometimes it's also kind of where your audience is. So how do you find the right niche for that particular client so that they really are connecting with their audience?
We do a lot of user research, and to get to the bottom of your question, how do we right size a system for a particular client or team? We have to interview the folks involved and understand where they are on their digital capability journey and what their goals are and what they can support. We want to help them focus on things that they can sustain themselves, or help them get vendor help that they need to be able to sustain a tactic.
And now, one thing we know that is constant in the world of digital marketing is that it is constantly changing. And so what are you, and folks kind of had their eye on a couple different things. What are you over there at Firecat Studios really focused on, and kind of, making sure that your clients are aware of so that they're ready and prepared to be reactive, proactive versus just reactive to those changes?
One of the catchwords right now for us is omni-channel. We're looking at tools that help our clients support a channel change. If I can describe that, it's say that someone orders a mobile phone from a big provider, but they want to pick it up at a local in-store, or they're reporting a problem with a parking ticket with their city, but then they want to go to a booth and actually pay it with cash. We call those channel changes, and having a strategy that allows us to share data across those channels is key.
And before I let you go, Susan, I always like to ask, what's your best tip that you'd give someone to say who can maybe implement it tomorrow, start working on that one big tip tomorrow to benefit their business?
I would say, of the tactics that you're most comfortable doing, make sure that you know the key performance indicator, the KPI, what signals success to you. And if you're not measuring it now, begin to measure it over time and work to make that one best thing that you're doing better.
Well, Susan, that's great advice. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on Digital Champions.
Thank you very much, Charlene. It was fun. I love your segments.
Oh, thank you so much. What a pleasure meeting you. And if you'd like to learn more about what Susan is doing over there at Firecat Studios, you can check it out on dailyadbrief.com. Well, I'm your host, Charlene Shirk. That's going to do it for us today on Digital Champions, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.